everyone, it's Michelle from Michelle's Home and Garden. I'm at Lowe's tonight and I'm going to take you in and show you what they have in stock here in Illinois, Garden Zone 5. Okay, we got the fall color coming. Fall color starts here. It's a red chrysanthemum, $6.98. Says Zone 5 hardiness. 12 to 24 high, 16 to 30 wide. And that's in a pretty bronzy color. And I'm seeing across the way there, they have some lavender. And then they also have some pretty yellow that they just got in. Okay, here is a pretty pot that they've already put together for fall. This combo has Coleus. And also, it looks like a pretty petunia, super cal petunia it says, and it's in that bronzy color, and also that pretty, actually like a dark yellow with the pretty red Coleus. Would be a nice one if you need something quick for your yard with a mixture for fall for either your front porch, your patio, and $22.98 for that, and it says it's a 2.5 gallon. Okay, so this is a good plant if you're wanting fall color. A dwarf burning bush. Look at that red. Full sun, 6 hours of direct sun. This one is $28.98, and it's a pretty big size container. It says 2.25 gallon. So on the back, what's it tell us? It tells us this is going to get 6 foot high by 4 foot wide. And keep in mind, this is the dwarf one. The spacing is 4 to 5 foot. And it looks like it's hardy down to zone 4, not hardy in zones 1 through 3. But that's a really pretty fall plant if you're wanting fall color. My neighbors have one that they have trained, not a dwarf burning bush, but a regular burning bush, into a tree that's right outside of the back garden, and it gets beautiful in the fall and is a nice backdrop to my garden. And it looks like it's not too late to get your boxwood. They got a new shipment of boxwood in. This is the Green Mountain boxwood. 3 to 6 hours of morning sun. So that's one thing you always want to check when you're buying boxwood, to see what variety you have and how much sun it would like. Some want only morning sun, some will take more sun than others. This is $28.98, and it looks like it's a 2.25 gallon. And our tag tells us it will be 4 to 5 foot high, 2 to 3 foot wide, and it is hardy down to zone 5. And it already has some new growth on it, it looks like, right up here. So if you're needing your boxwood, they do have quite a few boxwood. Okay, what about a gorgeous little spruce tree? Look at that pale color. That is so pretty. That bluish. Now that is a Colorado spruce, $109. But the thing is, on these, it's hardy in zones 3 to 7. Slow growing, but it gets to 40 foot tall and 10 foot wide with age. And it does take full sun. So if you have a spot for a beautiful Colorado spruce, this is really pretty. Okay, we have a vanilla strawberry hydrangea. Very pretty. They have a bunch of them that they just got in. And this is a first editions plant. And look at that color that they get on them. Enormous flowers start out creamy white, then change to pink, And finally to strawberry red. Excellent for fresh cut and dried flower arrangements. So we have full sun to part shade. The foliage is medium green. It's hardy to zone 3. And it's 6 to 7 foot high and 5 to 6 feet wide. And it says it makes a nice cut flower. And look at that. So pretty. Look at all the bees. Do you see those? And that's on the Proven Winners Meant to Be Royal Raspberry Agastashi. And according to the tag, this gets to be medium size, 28 to 32, hardy in zones 5 to 9, and then the spread on it is about 32 inches maximum spacing, and it blooms midsummer to early fall and wants full sun. And look at those pretty purple blooms, and as you can see, the bees are just loving it. And what about this one for some pretty color? We have Spicy Devil Ninebark, and it is also a first editions. Spicy Devil Ninebark. It has leaves that are fiery orange yellow before turning a vibrant reddish purple. And then there's white pink spring flowers. They're saying it's a small hedge. It is a full sun it takes. Of course, the foliage is orange, red to purple. Zone 3. And then the height is 3 to 4 high and 3 to 4 feet wide. The price on this is $38.22. And now this is a first editions. Let me zoom in so you can see those gorgeous flowers. And this is a white diamonds hydrangea. Full sun to part shade, dark green leathery foliage, medium water, zone hardy to 3. Makes a great cut flower, which I believe. Oh, it's fragrant. It gets 4 to 6 feet tall and 5 feet wide. And it tells us it has the open white panicles that are held upright and eventually fade to parchment and pink. So can you see that color there? Oh, to that parchment pink. Stunning in summer and fall. It has dark green foliage with increased heat and drought tolerance. Can be used in a mixed border as a hedge or in a large grouping. And let's look at that again. So here's a new one that's just starting to open. And then here's one that's open fuller. I don't know, guys. I might need that. Wouldn't that make a beautiful hedge? Oh, and did I tell you the price? $27.98, and it's a 2-gallon container. Okay, here we've got a Ninebark that's more in the yellow tones. So this is a Lucky Devil Ninebark. Do you see that yellow color? And then it has the little white flowers on it. It says it's bright yellow leaves all season. Mature size is 3 to 4 foot tall and wide. White blooms in spring, orange fall color. It's a compact shrub. And it tells us that it wants full sun. And of course it's bright yellow. It's hardy to zone 3. Its heat zone is a 7. 3 to 4 feet high and wide. And it is $27.98, and it's in a 2-gallon pot. And here's a little flower on it so you can see what the flower sizes would be. So just really inky dinky white flowers. Okay, so we have some pretty hibiscus here. Let me get a closer shot of that flower closed up. And you can see this one here down inside of it. Look at that dark pink throat on that hibiscus flower. And it is also first editions, and it's a Fiji hibiscus. Full sun, medium to dark green foliage, medium water intake, hardy to zone 5, heat zone 8. This will get 5 to 8 feet high and 4 to 7 feet wide. Medium pink buds give way to flowers with a unique pattern, which slowly will fade to a light pink. A splash of deep red colors the center. Good for smaller spaces, and the summer blooms are a welcome sight. And it looks like they just got these in too. Okay, look at pretty variegated honeysuckle. So this is Cool Splash Dwarf Bush Honeysuckle. It's telling us its crisp green and white foliage stands out dramatically in shady areas and stays looking fresh all the way until frost. Bunches of yellow blossoms adorn the plant in June and July. Easy to grow in a variety of soils. Full sun to part shade, white and green. Hardy to zone 4. 2.5 to 4.5 foot tall, 2.5 to 4.5 foot wide. And it's in a 2-gallon container, and it's $27.98. And that's Dwarf Bush Honeysuckle. Let me pan out so you can see there's a big grouping of them there. Okay, and we've got a nice little patch of blue star juniper right here. So if you need an accent plant, the small size, which is, it says 2.5 quart, is $11.98. 6 hours of direct sun. Gets 2 to 3 foot high, 3 to 4 foot wide. Space it 3 to 4 foot. It goes to zone 4. Here's the front of the tag. And here's a bigger size, the next size up. Looks like a 2-gallon pot. And we go from $11.98 to $21.98. It is, if you're looking for a soft juniper, this is not it. It is kind of sticky, pokey. But it is a pretty color. Are you needing some beautiful yellow sedum? Proven winners, Rock and Round Bright Idea, $10.98. And 2.5 quart size. It needs full sun. And on the back of the tag, it tells us this is short. It's 10 to 12 inches. Maximum of 20 inches. It is hardy in zones 3 through 8. And it blooms early to midsummer. And in the back, we have a sedum, Rock and Low Boogie Woogie. It is also in a 2.5 quart. It's a perennial, full sun, $10.98. And it actually has like some variegation on the leaves around the corner, just slightly. So it tells us that it's short, 6 to 8 inches. Hardy's in zones 3 to 8. Early to midsummer. Midsummer it blooms, early to midsummer. It needs full sun. A summer flower ground cover plant with beautiful green and cream variegation. It's beautifully bright all season, and yellow flowers are an added bonus. It performs best in full sun and poor to average well-drained soil. Yeah, I had to double check if that actually said poor, but it does say poor. Poor to average well-drained soil. And they got some pretty Coleus in for fall. $3.48. And this is a smaller, like quart-size pot. And it gets 14 to 30 inches high, 12 to 36 inches wide, space 10 to 24 inches, and it is an annual. It's not hardy in our area, anything below 40 degrees. And it says it's a shade lover up here on the tag. But that's a pretty color. And they also have the same thing, the Coleus in the red, and it's also a shade. Same price, $3.48 for the quart, and it gets 14 to 30 inches high, 12 to 36 inches wide, and space 10 to 24 inches. It also is not hardy in our area, anything below 40. But there's some pretty Coleus. So they're starting to get their fall colors in.